Exactly som och Tiefen. My phone lit up with one message that changed everything. Access denied. I blinked twice, refreshed the banking app, and felt my stomach drop. My $520,000 trust fund had been frozen without a single warning. I called my mother. She sounded calm. Before she could explain, my father took the phone. We had to step in. Family comes first. Then, my mother whispered, "You're not thinking clearly anymore. Let us manage your money." I didn't argue. I grabbed my keys, because I already suspected they had made one mistake they could never undo. The drive to the bank felt longer than ever. Every question kept repeating inside my head. How could my own parents freeze money that legally belonged to me? When I arrived, the branch manager greeted me politely. But the moment he looked at my account, his expression changed. He asked me to sit down. Then he quietly turned his monitor toward me. One document sat at the top of the screen. A newly submitted power of attorney. It had supposedly been signed only 4 days earlier. My signature was on it. Except, I had never signed it. The manager looked confused. "Did you authorize this?" I answered with one word. "No." He immediately stopped speaking. Instead, he opened the document history. Every digital file leaves traces: time, location, device, editing history, metadata. Within seconds, his face lost all color. The document hadn't been created from my phone. It hadn't been signed from my computer. It hadn't even been uploaded from my city. Someone hundreds of miles away had created the file before it was submitted to the bank. Then came another surprise. The electronic signature had been pasted onto the document after the rest of the file had already been completed. The timestamps didn't match. The manager immediately called the bank's fraud department. Within minutes, my account was placed under emergency protection. Nobody could move a single dollar, not even the people who requested the freeze. Less than an hour later, my parents arrived. They walked into the branch acting completely confident. My mother smiled. "We're here to help clear up the misunderstanding." But the manager didn't smile back. Instead, he placed another document on the table. "This signature doesn't match our security records." Silence. My father insisted everything was done legally. Then the fraud investigator entered the room carrying a printed report. Every login, every IP address, every edit, every upload. Everything was listed in order. The investigator looked directly at my parents. "Can either of you explain why this document was created on a device registered to someone else?" No answer. Just silence. My mother's hands began shaking. My father asked for a lawyer. The room suddenly became very quiet. The bank immediately canceled the power of attorney. My trust fund was restored. Every restriction disappeared from my account. But the investigation wasn't over. Several weeks later, I learned something I never expected. The fake document wasn't only sent to my bank. Copies had also been prepared for 2 investment accounts and a retirement account. The plan wasn't to protect me. It was to quietly gain complete financial control before I ever realized what had happened. Fortunately, every digital action had left a trail. And that trail told a story no one could erase. Months later, the case was finally closed. The forged authorization was officially declared invalid. The attempted transfer never happened. The accounts remained secure. I walked out of the courthouse with exactly what I had before. Not more money. Not revenge. Just something far more valuable. Proof. People often say trust is priceless. They're right, because money can be recovered. Documents can be replaced. Accounts can be reopened. But once trust is broken by the people closest to you, it may never fully return. That morning, I walked into the bank thinking I had lost everything. I walked out realizing the evidence had protected me all along. Sometimes the smallest digital detail becomes the loudest truth.